Hi, my friends. This is Sophie from CatchyEnglish. Today, I want to share something small and simple from my own life. This afternoon, I sat near the window with a warm cup of tea. I watched the light in the sky slowly change. It wasn't dramatic. Nothing big happened. But it felt special because I took the time to notice it.
Sometimes we forget this. Life does not always need big achievements to feel meaningful. Sometimes peace comes from very small pauses. A notebook by my side, one calm breath, and the thought that I will share it with you later. That is enough. What about you? Did something simple today make you feel more alive? Maybe you noticed a child smiling. Maybe you heard a bird sing. Maybe you enjoyed one good meal. These small things matter more than we think. And now I want to ask you something deeper. What are you really fighting for these days? When I say fighting, I don't mean big dramatic battles. I mean the quiet fight, the everyday fight. The moments when you wake up even though you are still tired. The moments when you choose to study one more word even though no one is watching you. The moments when you say no to one more distraction. The moments when you try again after failing. That is a fight too. It just doesn't look like one. There is no music playing in the background. There is no crowd clapping for you. But it counts. I think we forget this sometimes. We wait for life to feel like a big turning point. But life is not built in big moments. Life is built from small, invisible decisions. And that is why I want to talk to you today about the fight for your future. Your future is not something far away. It is not something waiting for you many years later. Your future is being built right now, in this moment. It is shaped by how you treat yourself, how you spend your time, and what you choose to stand up for, even when nobody is watching.
But I wonder, how many people quietly give up? Not because they don't care about their future, not because they don't have dreams, but because the future feels too far away.
It is easy to say, I'll fix that later. I'll try harder next month. I'll chase that dream when I'm more ready. But the truth is, the future does not come as a lightning bolt. It comes in soft, small steps. And you often don't see it changing, until one day you realize it already has. So let me ask you again, what are you building slowly, silently, with your choices today? Every decision you make is like a small vote for the life you want. Not only the big decisions, like moving to another country, changing jobs, or starting school again. The small ones count too. Do I scroll on my phone or do I sleep? Do I speak kindly to myself or do I tear myself down again? Do I follow my routine or do I break another promise to myself? This is where the fight really happens. In silence, in daily patterns, in the moments when no one is there to cheer you on. Maybe you have felt this fight before. Waking up early when your bed feels too warm. Turning away from something that gives quick comfort but brings long-term pain. Doing the hard thing, not because you want to, but because you know your future self will thank you for it. It is not easy, and some days it doesn't even feel worth it. You might ask, what's the point? Why should I keep trying if I don't see results yet? Why should I keep studying if I still feel stuck? I understand that feeling. I have felt it too, but maybe you need someone to tell you this right now. You are not stuck. You are building. Every small effort you make today is part of the fight for a better tomorrow. You may not see the change today. You may not feel different next week. But one day, you will look back and realize something important. You did not quit on yourself. You did not stop fighting. And because of that, your future opened up. So today, I want to invite you to pause and ask yourself, what kind of life am I quietly fighting for? And what can I do today, just today, to honor that future?
It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be big. It just needs to be honest.
Let's now focus on another important part of speaking English naturally: how to make your sentences sound smooth, connected, and easy to follow. Many learners think that speaking clearly means pronouncing each word separately. But in real English conversations, people usually connect their words together. This makes their speech sound fast, but also natural. Don't worry, we can practice this step by step.
First, let's look at linking words. When native speakers talk, they often link the final sound of one word to the beginning sound of the next word. For example, instead of saying, "I want to eat it," word by word, they often say, "I want to eat it." The words join together, and that's what makes the sentence flow. Try saying slowly, "I want to eat it." Now speed it up, "I want to eat it." You can hear the difference. It's smoother, and that's how people really talk.
Another example is with going to. Instead of "I'm going to call her," many speakers say, "I'm gonna call her." This doesn't mean you have to always use gonna, but hearing it and practicing it will help you understand others. And it will also make your speech sound more natural. Repeat this sentence with me. I'm gonna call her. Good. Say it a few times until it feels easy. Now, let's practice with some useful daily sentences. Imagine you are talking with a friend and you want to say, "What are you doing?" Instead of saying each word slowly, native speakers often say, "What you doing?" It's the same meaning, but faster and smoother. Try saying it now. "What you doing?" You can even use it in a short dialogue.
A. Hey, what you doing? B. I'm just watching TV. What about you?
Simple, right? These small changes help you sound less like a textbook and more like real conversation. Next, let's talk about reductions. In English, small words like to, of, and for are often reduced in fast speech. For example, want to becomes wanna, as we already saw. Kind of becomes kinda. Lot of becomes lotta. For example, I wanna go home. I wanna go home. It's kind of late. It's kinda late. I have a lot of work. I have a lot of work. Now, try saying these sentences with me. Speak slowly first, then faster. I wanna go home. It's kinda late. I have a lot of work. Did you feel how the words started to connect? That's the secret of natural spoken English.
Let's practice with another small but powerful change. Contractions. Instead of saying I am, most people say I'm. Instead of you are, they say you're. Instead of they are, they say they're. Without contractions, your English may sound too formal. Let's try a dialogue.
A. Where are you? B. I'm at home. What about you? A. I'm at the park. Are you coming? B. Yeah, I'm coming soon. If you notice, almost every sentence used contractions. This is how people really talk in everyday life. Practice saying this dialogue out loud a few times. The more you use contractions, the more confident you will sound. Now, let's look at intonation. Intonation is the rise and fall of your voice. If you say everything in a flat tone, people may find it hard to follow. For example, if you ask a question, your voice usually rises at the end. Are you ready? If you make a statement, your voice usually falls. Yes, I'm ready. Let's try together. Question: do you like pizza? Voice rises. Answer: yes, I love pizza. Voice falls. Try exaggerating a little when you practice. This helps your brain and mouth get used to the rhythm of English. Another great way to sound natural is to use filler phrases. These are small expressions people use to give themselves time to think. For example, well, actually. These don't add much meaning, but they make your speech sound more real. For example, well, I think it's a good idea. Actually, I don't really like coffee. I was really surprised. Try saying these out loud now. You don't need to overuse them, but adding them sometimes will make your English flow more like a native speaker's. Let's put everything together in a small conversation. Listen first, then repeat with me. A. Hey, what you doing? B. I'm just having lunch. Wanna join? A. Yeah, I'm kinda hungry. Where are you? B. I'm at the cafe near the station. You know the one? A. Yeah, I know it. I'm gonna come now. See how smooth and natural it sounds? The words are shorter, faster, and connected. This is what makes English conversations fun and real. Finally, let's practice a short repetition exercise. I will say a sentence, and you repeat it exactly as you hear it. I'm gonna watch a movie. Do you want to join me? It's kinda late, but okay. Well, let's go then. Repeat each one 2 or 3 times. Remember, the goal is not just to understand the words, but to copy the rhythm and flow. This is how you train your ear and your mouth at the same time. If you practice like this every day, even just 10 minutes, you will notice a big change in your speaking. Your words will connect, your sentences will sound natural, and people will understand you more easily. Most importantly, you will feel more confident. Now let's focus on building strong speaking habits that will make English practice part of your daily life. Learning a language is not about studying one big book in one day. It's about small steps that you repeat again and again until they become automatic. Just like learning to ride a bike, at first it feels hard, but the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. One of the most effective habits is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short piece of English and repeating it immediately, trying to copy the sound, speed, and rhythm. You don't need to understand every single word at first. The goal is to train your mouth and your ears to move together. For example, you can listen to a line from a movie, pause, and say it exactly the same way. If the actor says, I don't know what you mean, you repeat, I don't know what you mean. Try to match the intonation and emotion, not just the words. Do this for a few minutes every day, and you'll notice your pronunciation becoming clearer. Another daily habit is to keep English short notes. Every time you learn a new phrase, write it in a notebook or on your phone. But don't just write the word. Write a whole sentence you can use. For example, instead of only writing hungry, write, I'm hungry, let's eat something. This way, when you review, you practice real sentences, not just isolated words. Words by themselves can be easy to forget, but sentences show you how to actually use them. You can also make English part of your routine by connecting it with activities you already do. For example, when you're cooking, think in English. I'm cutting the vegetables. I'm boiling the rice. When you're walking, try. I'm going to the store. I need to buy some milk. These simple sentences may seem too easy, but they train your brain to think directly in English instead of translating from your native language. Over time, this will make your speech faster and more natural. Now, let's talk about listening. Many learners focus only on speaking, but listening is just as important. The more English you hear, the more your brain gets used to its rhythm and sound. But don't just listen passively. Listen actively. Active listening means you pay attention, repeat what you hear, and sometimes even write it down. For example, listen to a podcast or a YouTube video for beginners. Pause after each sentence and try to repeat. This helps you catch pronunciation details and improves your memory. A great listening practice is called dictation. Play a short clip, maybe 10 seconds, and try to write exactly what you hear. Then check with the subtitles. At first, you might miss many words, but don't feel discouraged. This is training your ears, and with practice, you will catch more and more. Dictation is like going to the gym for your listening skills. Another powerful habit is self-talk. Self-talk means speaking to yourself in English when you're alone. Some learners feel shy to do this, but it's one of the fastest ways to improve. For example, when you wake up, you can say, "Okay, today I'm going to work. I have a meeting in the morning. After that, I'll eat lunch with my friend." It's simple, but it's practice. You can even talk to yourself in front of a mirror. Pretend you are explaining your day to someone else. The more you practice self-talk, the easier it becomes to speak with other people. Let's try a short exercise together. Imagine you just came home from school or work. Say out loud, "I'm back home now. I feel a little tired, but I'm hungry. I think I'll make some noodles for dinner. I also need to finish my homework." Practice saying these sentences in a natural tone. This is exactly how you can train by yourself every day. Now, let's add another useful tool: questions. Asking questions is a great way to keep conversations going. If you only answer with short replies, the conversation stops quickly. But if you ask questions, you sound more interested and more natural. For example, A, "I'm tired." B, "Oh, really? Why are you tired?" This simple question keeps the talk alive. Practice some common question starters. What are you doing? Where are you going? Why are you late? How do you cook this? Now, try making your own questions out loud. Even if nobody answers, you are still practicing. Another tip is to recycle phrases. Recycling means using the same sentence structure in different situations. For example, take the sentence, "I'm going to the store." You can recycle it with other words. "I'm going to the park." "I'm going to the office." "I'm going to the airport." This way, you practice the same pattern many times. Soon, it becomes automatic. Native speakers don't think word by word. They use patterns. If you learn these patterns, speaking will feel much easier. Finally, remember the importance of small, consistent practice. 10 minutes every day is better than 1 hour only once a week. Think of English like watering a plant. If you water it a little every day, it grows strong. If you forget for a week and then give too much water, the plant struggles. Your English grows in the same way. Small steps, repeated daily. Let's finish this part with a practice conversation. Listen first, then repeat. A, "Hey, how's it going?" B, "Pretty good, just finished work." "Oh, nice, what are you gonna do now?" That's B. "I'm gonna cook dinner." You, A. "I'm gonna watch a movie." Chat B. "Sounds fun, enjoy." This short dialogue uses contractions, natural expressions, and smooth connections. Practice it a few times until it feels comfortable. Now let's explore how to add more variety and emotion to your English. Many learners know the basic sentences, but they always speak in the same flat way. To sound more natural, you need to practice intonation, emphasis, and small variations in your phrases. This doesn't mean you need a perfect accent. It means you use your voice in a way that makes English sound alive. For example, if you say, "I'm fine," in a flat voice, it sounds like you don't care. But if you say, "I'm fine," with a little energy, it sounds friendly. Intonation changes meaning. Try these. Really? Rising tone shows surprise. Really? Flat tone shows certainty. Really? Falling tone shows excitement. Practice these out loud. Repeat each version and notice how your feeling changes. Another way to sound natural is to use small filler words. In real conversations, native speakers don't always speak perfectly. They use sounds like or words like well, actually. These fillers give you a second to think and make your English more relaxed. For example, A. So, what do you do? B. Well, I'm a student. Oh, really? B. Yeah, actually, I study engineering. Adding well or actually makes the sentence softer and more natural. Try using these fillers in your own practice.
Now, let's work on expanding your vocabulary in an active way. Many learners try to memorize long word lists, but they forget quickly. Instead, focus on learning phrases connected to your life. If you like cooking, learn phrases about food. If you enjoy sports, learn phrases about games. This makes the words easier to remember because you will actually use them. For example, if you like cooking, practice sentences like, I need to chop the onions. Please stir the soup. I baked a cake yesterday.
If you like sports, you can practice. We scored a goal. The game was exciting. He passed me the ball.
By connecting English to your daily interests, you stay motivated and remember better.
Let's also talk about corrections. Many learners are afraid of mistakes, but mistakes are part of the process. Every mistake is a sign that you are trying, and trying is the only way to improve. If you say, he go to school yesterday, that's a mistake, but it shows you are practicing past tense. You just need to adjust it to, he went to school yesterday. Don't feel embarrassed. Every native speaker also made mistakes when they were children. You are doing the same, just in a second language. Be proud that you are practicing. Here's a good habit. Record yourself speaking. Take your phone, talk for 1 or 2 minutes about your day, and then listen. At first, you might not like your voice, but listening helps you find areas to improve. You might notice you speak too fast or your pronunciation is unclear. Don't judge yourself harshly. Just pick one thing to improve next time. Over weeks and months, you will hear your progress, and that will motivate you to keep going. Now, let's add a listening and repeating drill. I'll give you some everyday sentences. Listen in your mind, then repeat. I'll call you later. Can you help me with this? It's too hot today. I'm learning English every day. Repeat them 2 or 3 times. These short sentences are very common in real life. The more you practice them, the more natural they will sound when you need them. Another key is learning to connect words smoothly. Native speakers don't separate every word clearly. They link them together. For example, I want to often sounds like I wanna. What are you doing? Often sounds like what you doin'. Did you eat? Can sound like do you eat? These connected forms are not wrong. They are how people really talk. If you only practice the textbook form, you might not understand when you hear fast speech. But if you also practice the connected form, you will understand and sound more natural. Try saying, I want to go. What you doing? Do you eat yet? Practice until it feels smooth. Now, let's practice a short dialogue using some of these connections. A. Hey, what you doing? B. I'm just watching TV. Want to join? A. Sure, what are you watching? B. I'm watching a movie. A. Cool, do you eat dinner yet? B. Not yet, I'm gonna order pizza. This short practice includes fillers, connections, and natural questions. Repeat it several times until the flow feels easy. Let's also remember the importance of rhythm. English has stressed and unstressed words. For example, I'm going to the store. The important words going and store are stressed. while I'm and to thee are softer. This rhythm makes English sound musical. Try repeating, I'm going to the store. She's taking the bus. We're meeting our friends. Focus on the strong beats. Finally, let's do a quick fluency drill. Answer these questions quickly without thinking too much. It's okay if your grammar isn't perfect. Just answer. Ready? What did you eat for breakfast? Where are you right now? What are you going to do tomorrow? Who is your best friend? What time do you usually sleep? Practice answering in 1 or 2 sentences. For example, I ate bread and eggs. I'm at home. Tomorrow I'm gonna study. My best friend is Anna. I usually sleep at 11. This trains your brain to respond quickly in English, which is the key to real conversation. Let's talk about confidence in speaking. Many learners know words and grammar, but they freeze when it's time to talk. Why? Because they're afraid of mistakes or of sounding strange. The truth is, confidence doesn't come first. Action comes first, and confidence grows from it. Every time you speak, even if it's not perfect, you train your brain to relax a little more. Slowly, your fear becomes smaller. Here's a small exercise. Imagine you're in a cafe and you need to order. Instead of thinking too much, just practice saying, "Hi, can I have a coffee, please?" Repeat it 5 times. Add a smile. Now imagine saying it to the cashier. That's already practice. You can also try different versions. Can I get a latte? I'd like a tea, please. The more you play with phrases, the more natural they feel. Confidence also grows when you prepare useful answers to common questions. For example, if someone asks, "What do you do?" you can answer in many ways. I'm a student. I work in an office. I'm between jobs right now. I'm learning English. Practice these answers so they feel easy. That way, when someone asks you in real life, you don't freeze. You're ready. Let's also talk about body language. Speaking isn't just about words. It's about how you present yourself. If you stand tall, look at the other person, and smile, you look confident, even if your English is simple. If you look down, mumble, or speak too quietly, people might think you're unsure, even if your grammar is perfect. So practice speaking with good posture and clear voice. That will help you feel stronger inside too. Now let's focus on expanding your ability to keep conversations going. Many learners answer questions with just one word. A, how was your day? B, good. The conversation stops. But if you add a little more, the talk continues. A, how was your day? B, good, I went shopping with my friend. Much better. You don't need long speeches, just add one more detail. Let's practice. Q, what did you eat? A, I ate rice, it was delicious. Q, where are you from? A, I'm from Brazil, it's very hot there. Q, what are you doing tomorrow? A, I'm going to study English, I want to practice speaking. By adding a small detail, you invite the other person to ask more questions. That's how real conversations grow. Another useful skill is asking follow-up questions. If someone says, I went to the park, you can ask, oh really, who did you go with? Or, what did you do there? This shows interest and keeps the talk alive. Practice these follow-up starters. Really? Tell me more. Who did you go with? When did that happen? How did you feel? Using these makes you sound friendly and curious. Let's also practice short dialogues where you keep the conversation alive. A, I watched a movie last night. B, really? What movie? A, it was a comedy. B, nice, did you like it? A. Yes, it was funny. B. I love comedies too. Which actor was in it? See how simple questions make the talk longer and more natural? Try practicing this with different topics like food, school, or hobbies. Now, let's practice a fluency drill with because. Using because helps you explain your answers and sound more complete. For example,
I like English because it helps me connect with people.
I'm tired because I studied late last night. I'm happy because my friend visited me. Now try answering quickly. Why do you want to learn English? Why are you excited today? Why do you like your favorite food? Answer each question with because. This will help your sentences sound more natural.
Here's another tip. Practice storytelling. Even a short story helps you practice past tense, connect ideas, and express emotions. Try telling a simple story like, yesterday I woke up late. I missed the bus, so I had to walk to school. I was tired, but later I met my friend and we laughed about it. That's enough. You don't need a long novel. Just practice telling small, true stories from your life.
A fun way to practice is the 3-sentence story. Tell a story in only 3 sentences. For example, I bought ice cream. It fell on the ground. I laughed and bought another one.
This keeps practice short but effective.
Now, let's do a listening and repeating activity with useful phrases for everyday life. Repeat after me. I'll think about it. That sounds great. Can you say that again?
I don't understand.
Let's meet tomorrow. These are phrases you will often need in real conversations. Repeat them several times until they feel automatic.
Finally, let's talk about persistence. Speaking English is like exercising. If you go to the gym once, nothing changes. But if you go every day, slowly you become stronger. The same with English. 10 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. Regular, small practice builds fluency.
So make a simple plan. Maybe 5 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of speaking, and 5 minutes of reading. That's only 15 minutes, but if you do it every day, in 6 months you'll notice big progress. The key is not perfection, it's consistency.
Let's talk about something that many learners worry about: making mistakes. Some people avoid speaking because they're afraid of errors. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not the enemy. They are your teacher. Every time you make a mistake, you discover what you need to improve. If you stay silent, you never learn. Think about how children learn their first language. They make hundreds of mistakes. They say words in the wrong order. They forget grammar. They pronounce things strangely. But they keep trying, and slowly, their speech becomes smoother. No child ever says, "I won't talk until I'm perfect." They just talk. That's how we learn. You can learn the same way.
So, next time you make a mistake, don't feel embarrassed. Smile and keep going. You can even use simple phrases to recover.
Sorry, let me try again.
What I wanted to say is,
these small expressions show that you are thinking and correcting yourself. Native speakers do the same thing all the time. Another important point: don't wait until your vocabulary is huge before you start speaking. You don't need thousands of words to communicate. Even with 500 words, you can express a lot. For example, instead of "I'm exhausted," you can say "I'm very tired." Instead of delicious, you can say "very good." Instead of difficult, you can say "not easy." This is called circumlocution, using simple words to explain when you don't know the exact word. It's a powerful tool, and it keeps the conversation alive. Now let's practice a little exercise. Imagine you don't know the word umbrella. How can you explain it? You might say it's something you use when it rains. It keeps you dry. The listener will understand. That's enough.
The goal is communication, not perfection. Another way to feel more confident is to prepare go-to sentences, short expressions you can always use. For example,
Could you say that more slowly, please?
I'm not sure, let me think. That's interesting. I don't know the word, but I can explain. If you memorize these, you always have a tool to continue the conversation. Even when you forget vocabulary, let's move to another useful practice. Shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a native speaker and repeating immediately, like an echo. This helps you practice pronunciation, rhythm, and speed. For example, listen to, "How are you doing today?" Then say it quickly after, trying to match the sound. Do it again and again. At first it feels difficult, but after some time, your mouth and ears learn to work together. This is one of the fastest ways to sound natural. Now, let's practice small talk because many conversations in English begin with simple topics. Imagine you meet someone for the first time. You can say, "Hi, nice to meet you. How's your day going?" "It's a beautiful day today. Where are you from?" These are safe, friendly questions that open the door. You don't need deep topics at the beginning. Just small talk can lead to bigger conversations. For example, A. "Hi, nice to meet you." B. "Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?" And "I'm from India, and you?" B. "I'm from Brazil. Do you like living here?" "Yes, I do. The people are very kind."
That's already a comfortable start. Practice these simple dialogues again and again until they feel automatic. Let's also practice connecting words. In English, people use small words to connect ideas.
And, but, so, because. These make your sentences smoother. For example, "I wanted to study, but I was tired. I ate dinner and then I watched TV. I didn't go out because it was raining. It was late, so I went to bed."
Now practice making your own sentences with these connectors. This will help you sound more fluent and less like you're speaking in single words.
Another helpful tip: use fillers.
Fillers are small words people use when they're thinking,
Well, let me see. Actually, these make you sound natural. For example, Q. "What do you like to eat?" A. "Well, I really like pizza." Or Q. "What are you doing tomorrow?" A. "Let me see, I think I'll study English."
Try adding fillers to your answers. They give you time to think and make your speech feel real.
Now let's practice listening and responding. I'll ask a question and you answer out loud in English. What's your favorite food? What do you usually do on weekends? Who is your best friend? What do you want to do this year? Don't just think the answer, say it out loud.
Speaking is physical practice. Your mouth and tongue need training like your muscles do.
Finally, let's talk about motivation. Sometimes you'll feel like you're not improving. That's normal. Progress in language is slow and invisible at first, like roots under the ground. You may not notice changes day by day, but after 3 months of daily practice, you'll see it clearly. So don't give up after 1 or 2 weeks. Stay consistent and trust the process. Remember, you don't need perfect grammar to speak. You need courage. You don't need long speeches. You need small daily practice. You don't need to feel confident first. Confidence will come after you act.
Let's explore how you can build stronger speaking habits step by step. Think of learning English like building a house. First, you need a strong foundation. That foundation is made of daily practice, even if it's small. Just 5 or 10 minutes every day can be more powerful than 2 hours once a week. Consistency is the key.
One very useful routine is the 3-sentence rule. Every day, say 3 sentences out loud in English about your life. For example, today I woke up early. I had bread and tea for breakfast. Now I'm listening to English. That's it, just 3 sentences. If you do this daily, you'll get used to expressing your thoughts in English. Later, you can expand. Today, I woke up early because I had a meeting.
I had bread and tea for breakfast, but I wanted rice.
Now I'm listening to English and I feel excited. See how the sentences grow naturally? Step by step, your English gets longer and smoother. Another habit is describing what you see. Look around you right now. Maybe you see a chair, a table, a phone, a bag. Say it aloud. This is my chair. There is a bag on the table. I can see my phone. When you practice describing your environment, English becomes connected to your daily life. You don't need special lessons. Your room, your street, or your kitchen can be your classroom. Now, let's work on asking questions. Many learners focus only on answering, but good communication also means asking. Here are some simple question forms. What is this? Where is the bus stop? Who is your teacher? When is your birthday? Why are you late? How are you today?
Notice that English questions often start with a question word or with do-does for yes-no questions. For example,
do you like tea? Does she live here? Do they study English every day?
Try practicing questions out loud, not only answers.
This will make you an active speaker, not just a passive one.
Let's imagine a short conversation. Do you like watching movies? B. Yes, I do. I like action movies. A. Really? Why do you like them? B. Because they're exciting. A. What's your favorite movie? B. My favorite movie is Spider-Man. That's a simple but real conversation. Practice it, then change the topic. Maybe music, food, or travel.
Next, let's look at pronunciation. Many learners focus on grammar, but forget about sound. Remember, English is a spoken language first. If people cannot understand your pronunciation, communication becomes hard. But you don't need a perfect accent. You just need clear sounds. Here are 3 pronunciation tips. Listen and repeat short phrases, not single words. For example, instead of practicing only the word water, practice the phrase, a glass of water. This helps you learn natural rhythm.
Pay attention to stress. English words and sentences have stress. For example,
table, not table.
Computer, not computer.
In sentences, important words are stressed. I want coffee.
She's studying English.
Record yourself. Speak a short sentence recorded, then listen. Compare with a native recording. This may feel strange, but it helps you notice mistakes you can't hear while speaking.
Now let's talk about listening, because listening and speaking are connected. If you want to speak naturally, you must listen a lot. The more you listen, the more your brain absorbs patterns. Don't try to understand every word. Just let the rhythm, intonation, and phrases enter your ears. A simple exercise is listen and answer. Play a short clip of English, maybe a podcast, a video, or a dialogue. Listen carefully, then pause and answer a simple question about it. For example, clip. Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm from Canada. Pause, then ask yourself, what's her name? Where is she from? Answer out loud. Her name is Sarah. She's from Canada.
This connects listening and speaking. Another good practice is role-playing. Imagine you are in a situation and act it out. For example, in a restaurant, you. Excuse me, can I see the menu? Waiter. Of course, here you are. You. Thank you, I'd like some chicken and rice, please. Waiter. Anything to drink? You. Yes, a glass of water, please. Role play makes you ready for real life. You don't need a partner. You can play both parts.
Now, let's practice storytelling.
Storytelling improves fluency because it makes you connect sentences. Start with very short stories about your day. This morning, I woke up late. I ran to catch the bus, but I missed it. So I walked to school. It was raining, but I forgot my umbrella. I got wet, but finally I arrived. See how simple words create a story? Practice telling little stories about your daily life. You can even tell the same story in different ways to practice vocabulary. Finally, let's talk about self-belief. Many learners say, I can read and write, but I can't speak. This is not true. You can speak, you just need to unlock it. Remember, speaking is a skill, not a talent. Nobody is born fluent. Everyone learns step by step. Tell yourself every day, I can speak English. I'm learning, I'm improving. Every word I say is practice. If you believe in your progress, you'll keep moving. Let's go deeper into building confidence when speaking English. Confidence doesn't appear suddenly. It grows with practice, success, and positive experiences. Many learners feel nervous because they are afraid of making mistakes. But here is the truth. Mistakes are part of learning. If you never make mistakes, you never grow. Think about how children learn their first language. They say many things incorrectly at first. For example, a child might say, I go to the park instead of I went to the park. Adults don't laugh or stop them from speaking. They encourage the child. And slowly, the child learns the correct form. The same is true for you. If you make mistakes in English, it means you are practicing. And practice is the road to fluency. One way to become more confident is to prepare pocket phrases. These are short, ready-to-use sentences you can carry in your mind, just like carrying money in your pocket. For example, sorry, can you repeat that, please? I don't understand. Could you say it more slowly? That's interesting. Tell me more. I think so. In my opinion, these phrases help you continue a conversation even if you feel nervous. You don't need to think too much. The words are ready. Over time, you can add more pocket phrases to use in different situations. Another way to build confidence is to practice with yourself. Stand in front of a mirror and speak. Look into your eyes and say, Hello, my name is... I am learning English. I enjoy speaking. At first, it may feel strange, but it helps you see yourself as a speaker. When you can talk to yourself confidently, you will find it easier to talk to others. Let's also practice expanding your answers. Many learners give very short answers, like yes, no, okay. These answers stop the conversation. Instead, try to give more details. For example, A, do you like coffee? B, yes, short answer. But with expansion. B, yes, I like coffee. I usually drink 2 cups in the morning. Here's another example. A, where are you from? B, India, short. But with expansion. B, I'm from India. I live in Delhi, which is a very busy city. By adding just 1 or 2 extra details, your conversation becomes more natural. Practice this habit every time you answer a question. Let's do a short exercise. I'll ask you questions. Try to answer with more than 1 sentence. Question 1. What do you usually eat for breakfast? You might answer, I usually eat bread and eggs for breakfast. Sometimes I also drink milk. Question 2. What do you like to do on weekends? You could say, on weekends I like to watch movies. Sometimes I go shopping with my friends. Question 3. What is your favorite season? Maybe. My favorite season is summer. I enjoy going to the beach and eating ice cream. See how these answers make the conversation richer? Practice giving expanded answers whenever you can. Next, let's practice linking words. Linking words help you connect your sentences and sound smoother. Here are some simple ones. and, but, because, so, then. For example, I like tea and coffee. I wanted to go out, but it was raining. I stayed home because I was tired. I was hungry, so I ate some noodles.
I finished work, then I watched TV. Try to use these linking words in your daily sentences. They make your English flow more naturally.
Let's now talk about rhythm and intonation. English is not only about words, it's about sound and melody. For example, listen to the difference. Are you okay? Neutral. Are you okay? Worried. Are you okay? Surprised. The same words can sound very different depending on intonation. To practice, listen to native speakers in movies or videos. Repeat not only the words, but also the way they say them, the speed, the rise, the fall. This makes your English more natural. Now, let's focus on everyday conversations. Imagine you meet someone new. Here's a possible dialogue. A. Hi, my name is Sarah. What's your name? B. My name is Allie. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from? B. I'm from Pakistan. How about you? A. I'm from Canada. B. Oh, that's great. Do you like living here? A. Yes, I do. The city is beautiful. This is a basic introduction, but it's very common. Practice it until it feels natural. You can change the details, your real name, your real country, your real opinions. Let's try another everyday conversation at a shop. A. Excuse me, how much is this shirt? B. It's $15. A. Okay, can I try it on? B. Yes, the fitting room is over there. A. Thank you. B. You're welcome.
Conversations like this happen in real life, so practicing them makes you ready for daily situations.
Here's a small challenge. Every day, choose one situation, like at a restaurant, at a shop, on the phone, and practice a short role play. Even 1 minute is enough. This habit will build both your vocabulary and your confidence. Finally, remember to celebrate progress. Maybe you spoke one full sentence today. That's progress. Maybe you had a 2-minute conversation in English. That's progress too. Don't wait until you are perfect. Celebrate small wins. Each small win brings you closer to fluency. So, confidence comes from 3 things. Accepting mistakes as part of learning, practicing with pocket phrases, expanded answers, and linking words.
Creating positive experiences through role plays, real conversations, and self-talk.
With these steps, you'll start to see yourself not as a learner who can't speak, but as a speaker who is improving every day. Now, let's take everything we have practiced and focus on using English naturally in daily life. Speaking naturally does not mean speaking fast or using difficult words. It means speaking in a way that feels clear, comfortable, and real. One important skill for natural speaking is using common expressions. Native speakers often use short, simple phrases instead of long grammar. For example, instead of saying, I do not know, people often say, I don't know. Instead of saying, I am going to the market, they say, I'm going to the market. Instead of saying, let us meet tomorrow, they say, let's meet tomorrow. These small contractions, let's make your English smoother. Practice saying them out loud. Here are some very common expressions you can use. No problem? That's fine. Sounds good. I'm not sure. I'll think about it. Let me check. These are everyday responses you can use in conversations with friends, colleagues, or even strangers. Let's see an example dialogue. A. Do you want to go for lunch now? B. Sounds good. Where should we go? How about the new restaurant near the park? B. I'm not sure. Is it expensive? A. No, it's not too bad. B. Okay, let's try it. Notice how natural this sounds. Short, simple phrases, but the conversation flows easily. Another way to sound natural is to use fillers when you need time to think. Fillers are small words or sounds that give you a second to prepare your next sentence. For example, well, you know, let me see. Actually, imagine someone asks you, what's your favorite food? Instead of staying silent while thinking, you can say, well, let me see. I think my favorite food is pizza. That pause feels natural and keeps the conversation alive.
Now, let's talk about intonation again. When speaking naturally, your voice should go up and down, not stay flat. For example, compare these two. Flat. Do you like music? Natural. Do you like music?
The second one rises at the end, showing it's a question. This musical rise and fall is what makes English sound alive. You don't need to copy perfectly, but listening and repeating will help you. Let's practice small talk. Small talk is the kind of light, easy conversation people have to be friendly. It doesn't need deep topics. Examples include weather. It's really hot today, isn't it? Work or school? How's work going? Daily life. Did you have a good weekend? Here's a sample small talk exchange. A. Hi, how are you? B. I'm good, thanks. How about you? A. I'm fine. It's really sunny today. B. Yes, it's a bit too hot for me. A. True. Summer here is always strong.
This type of small talk helps you build comfort with English, even if the conversation is short. Another strategy for natural speaking is shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short sentence in English and repeating it immediately, trying to copy the rhythm, stress, and tone. For example, you listen to a recording that says, I'll be there in 5 minutes. You then repeat quickly, I'll be there in 5 minutes. Shadowing is powerful because it trains your mouth, ears, and brain together. Just 5 minutes a day can make a big difference in how natural you sound. Now, let's try a little shadowing practice here. Repeat these sentences after me.
I'll call you later. That sounds great. I'm on my way. Don't worry about it. See you tomorrow. These are daily expressions that you'll hear often. By practicing them, you'll be ready to use them automatically. Another tip is to keep your sentences short. Many learners think they need long, complicated grammar to sound smart, but natural English is usually simple. Compare these two.
Complicated. Because I was feeling extremely exhausted yesterday evening, I decided that it would be better for me not to attend the meeting. Simple and natural. I was very tired last night, so I didn't go to the meeting.
The second one is easier, faster, and more natural. Don't worry about using advanced words. Clarity is more important than complexity. Now, let's practice a short story in natural English. Listen carefully. Yesterday, I went shopping with my friend. We saw a new shoe store. The shoes were nice, but too expensive. So we just walked around and then had ice cream. It was fun. Very simple words, but it tells a clear story. Try to practice telling small stories like this about your day. It will train your fluency. Finally, remember the most important part of natural speaking: relaxation. If you are tense, your words will be blocked. If you relax, your words will flow. Try breathing slowly before speaking. Smile when you talk. Smiling changes your voice. It makes you sound more open and confident. Let's review the key points for natural speaking.
Use common expressions and contractions.
Add fillers when you need time to think. Practice intonation to avoid flat speech.
Use small talk to build comfort. Try shadowing to copy natural rhythm. Keep sentences short and clear.
Relax, breathe, and smile while speaking. If you make these habits part of your daily practice, your English will sound less like a textbook And more like real life, step by step, you will not only speak English, you will speak it naturally.